Welcome back to Denver, Colorado, everybody. It is time for a violent affair. Here comes participant number one.
The following contest is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Making his way to the ring from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 241 pounds. John Moxley.
John Moxley and Cactus Jack getting ready to do battle in a Falls Count Anywhere match here this week in Fantasy Warfare. Moxley wasting no time getting himself into the ring, and here comes his opponent.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, however you may know him, one of the most violent and brutal deathmatch wrestlers in all of professional wrestling. Cactus Jack, known for the exploding death matches with Terry Funk over in Japan in the mid-90s. John Moxley, unfortunately known for the dud barbed wire exploding match that happened in AEW. But John Moxley, also known as one of the sickest, most depraved, bloodthirsty individuals in the history of wrestling. So it'll be interesting to see how much these two take advantage of the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation as we are officially underway with Cactus Jack nailing a spine buster to kick things off here in our second contest of the week here on Fantasy Warfare Viewers' Choice Month, the final episode of Viewers' Choice Month as we wind down Season 1. Cactus Jack with a nice counter there, saving his neck because that head and that arm was trapped. He was going backwards. Countering it with a nice vertical suplex, catching a kick to the head. As we noted a moment ago, Season 1 of Fantasy Warfare is coming to a close Friday, March the 10th, 6 p.m. Eastern. 10 action-packed matches that night. What a way to celebrate the end of Season 1. And of course, be on the lookout for some special content in the period of time between March 10th and April 7th. Why April 7th? Well, that's when Fantasy Warfare will return with Season 2 under WWE 2K23. There will be special content being posted right here live on youtube.com/@BloodyBillBox in the period of time between March 10th and April 7th. We'll be making an announcement about that one on social media coming up real soon. Really, it's just a matter at this point of getting the graphics team together, getting everybody on the same page, making sure we like our logos, our marketing, and all that stuff. You know, we got a whole team here. And by I mean we got a whole team, I mean it's me and all of my multiple personalities. Because, you know, there's Bloody Bill Box, there's Russell Box, there's Vox Ox, there's a whole bunch of different people here. Anyway, back to calling the action. Pay no mind to the multiple personalities line. Nice reverse suplex by John Moxley. Takes Cactus Jack down, but Cactus is back on his feet, tries for the elbow drop. Moxley rolling out of the way. So far, these two are just intent on brutalizing each other using the instruments they were given at birth. Their hands and their feet. And I suppose you could say the instruments that they learned in their professional wrestling trainings. Because, you know, I don't think, you know, you come out of the room necessarily knowing how to drape a guy over the top rope so that way the rope crushes his atoms out. Or, you know, something like that, where you leap in the air and drive both feet into a man's crotch, hoping to squish his testicles. I don't know you learned those things at birth. But so far, there's been no weaponry in this one. Nice, trapped, cravat, suplex, throw. Nasty looking. Fisherman suplex, nope, counter by Cactus. Oh, nice chop by Cactus Jack right to the chest. Follows it up with a nice vertical suplex, taking Moxley down to the mat. Trying to drag him into a better position, get him away from the ropes. Not quite sure why he would bother with that. There are no rope breaks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I think Mick Foley, Cactus Jack there didn't quite know what to do next because he kind of just stood there and hung out for a minute. And he's paying the price for it now as Moxley has the arm trapped and tries to rip that shoulder right out of the socket of Cactus Jack. Oh, nasty, nasty positioning by Moxley. Will Cactus, nope, no, not even enough time to ask the question of will Cactus tap out. Moxley going back to trying to rip the arm out of the socket of Cactus Jack. Rolls him over into a cover. Referee is there to count. We get 2, and that's all we're going to get as Cactus Jack is able to kick out. Before that, referee's hand came down for the count of 3. Nice belly-to-belly suplex by Moxley on Cactus Jack. Oh, Cactus came running, and he got caught with the kitchen sink. He got caught one more time, tried running at Moxley. Wrestling fans may remember at a point in time that Mick Foley and Jon Moxley were slated to have some sort of matchup in World Wrestling Entertainment. Oh, there it is. Double arm DDT. Driving him down. And Cactus Jack kicks out. Moxley and Foley were set to have matchups in WWE, but there were a couple of hold-ups to it. I believe one of them was involving Moxley going a little too far in his verbiage involving Mick Foley's family. And then there was the issue of WWE doctors telling Mick Foley that he was not going to be cleared to compete. So, of course, it's been often wondered from fans for quite a long time what would have happened if Jon Moxley, then known as Dean Ambrose, and Mick Foley had locked horns in WWE. Would it have been a violent spectacle, the likes of Royal Rumble 2000 with Triple H, or even Backlash 2004 with Randy Orton? Hell, we could even throw SummerSlam 2006 with Ric Flair in there. That one was a brutal and violent affair. Not the most spectacular of encounters, but there was a world of blood in that one. Unlike this one, where there have been 0 drops of blood thus far. Although Foley's kneecap could be bleeding a little bit after that, this knee drop. Nice butterfly suplex by Moxley, bringing Foley back down to the mat after he came flying. Crashing down, perfect neck breaker. The old tribute to Kurt Hennig. Arm wringer by Foley. Countered by Moxley. Hard shot to the back of the head. He's got Foley up. What's he going to go for? Into the corner and then tosses him like a sack of potatoes. Moxley must have focused on his heavy lifting today in the gym because he did that like he's been powerlifting lately. With Foley at 300 pounds, that's no lightweight to throw around. Moxley up on the top rope. What's he waiting for? Leaping off, and he comes down with a chop to the top of the head. Ricky Steamboat style inspired shot. Foley with a counter on Moxley. Oh, the Cactus pile driver. He pulls him down. He spiked him. Referee there with the count, and Moxley able to kick out of the Cactus pile driver. He got spiked on that one. You could see him feeling the effects, but Foley wasting no time, going right back over to Moxley. Drag him away from the ropes. He's got to be doing that so Moxley does not have something to climb, something to use to get back up to his feet, because there are no rope breaks in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Seeing these guys drag each other a couple times here, it's got to be a strategy. Oh, there's our drops of blood. There's our drops of blood as Cactus Jack has cracked open the skull of Jon Moxley. Down into a cover after the running knee and a couple more attacks, but it's still not enough to keep Moxley down. Foley with the nerve hold on Moxley, looking to make Moxley tap out here. I don't think it's going to work, though. Seen Moxley go through pains of the glass and still get up and kind of smile about it, so I'm not sure the nerve hold would ever do anything, but maybe this will. Bam! Another Cactus pile driver, spiking him into the mat, and it's still not enough to keep Moxley down, and Cactus Jack is starting to get visibly frustrated after the second Cactus pile driver, unable to keep Moxley down for the 3. Cactus Jack bounced Moxley's head off the canvas 3 different times. Look at the frenzy on Cactus Jack, angrily calling for him up to his feet. He gets countered coming off the top. Cactus Jack, not a usual tenant of the high rent district. in life or in the ring, and he paid for it on that exchange. As Moxley now back on offense, driving those forearms into the lower back, stomping on Foley while he's down, and yet again focusing on the arms of Mick Foley. Cravat suplex, yes it is. One more time, another cravat suplex by Jon Moxley on Cactus Jack. Cactus catches Moxley with a lockup, draping him down over the top rope. That rope right into the Adam's apple cannot feel good. You can crush a man's larynx that way. Foley following Moxley out onto the apron. What's he gonna go with? Oh, a DDT! On the hardest part of the ring, down to the floor. Just as a reminder, folks, it's falls count anywhere, anything goes. These guys can end this match anywhere they so choose, as Foley gets dropped mouth first on the guardrail. Foley, the sick bastard that he is, already back up on his feet, gets caught with a punch to the nose by Moxley. Moxley going for that reverse suplex. He hits it one more time. Moxley going for the Death Rider. Oh, gets countered by Foley. Countered big time by Foley. Foley's got him. Spikes him a third time. Cactus piledriver spiked him. We get 2, we get 3, and Cactus Jack able to pick up the victory here this week in Fantasy Warfare, defeating Jon Moxley in a Falls Count Anywhere match. They didn't really take the falls too far. They only spilled the action to the floor, but it was an action-packed matchup between these two violent brutes of the professional wrestling ring. But the action this week here on Fantasy Warfare is not through. We still got 4 matches to go, including coming up next, the AEW Women's World Championship on the line as the 9th winner of the world, Chyna, defends her title against Rhea Ripley. It's coming up next on Fantasy Warfare. Don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Here is your winner,